Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Brave Knight video. Okay, so today will be the day where I show you the guides, the path of how you can beat entire chapter 1 hopefully, alright, for the Gate of Chaos Season 3. So just a quick friendly reminder, there's these hot deals going on, everything goes for 1k gold, so make sure you guys purchase those. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the first stage is going to focus on this cute little teddy bear. This cute little menacing teddy bear, the skills are as follows. Receive direct additional damage when attacking warriors. So make sure you place a warrior. Just place a fodder, alright, like a 1-star or a 2-star warrior. And it's fine, alright. That's how you kill this guy, very easy. And he will deal direct damage to, you know, anything other than warriors. So if you place a defender, supporter or anything, you're screwed, right? And this guy, he doesn't receive any damage at all. He has this guard that does not receive any damage for 50 turns. You can try to use Alec or, you know, Livia or Vals to direct damage him, but not worth it, alright? Just place a fodder, that's the best way to deal with him. Alright, chapter 2, you'll be fighting the unicorn. Now the unicorn is the same as teddy bear, but as opposed to warrior, this unicorn is weak against defenders, alright? So dirty unicorn, defenders, place defenders in front, deal with the unicorn, easy peasy. Okay, so chapter 1-3, this one is pretty easy, pretty straightforward, same just like the previous stage. Alright, just place one for the defender and you are good to go. Alright, so now we are moving to the outskirts. We have two new enemies. One is this skinny cat, alright, just like it's written here, very skinny indeed. So this cat doesn't deal damage at all to you. What he does is when you hit him with a warrior, he will give you this crush ability, which will deal direct damage to the enemy. Okay, so that's what you want to take advantage of. You want your warriors to hit this cat because he has 49,000 HP. He does have stun, so watch out for that. If you are not like immune to attack interference or debuff immune, you can get stun. That might be a big problem. Alright, always watch out for this type of skills. And as for this elephant, now this elephant will deal insane amount of damage, no matter who he hits, right? 11,000 attack. So this elephant is really strong. Now the gimmick here is you want to hit the elephant with a mage, a magician. So that same concept, the magician will get bestowed with crush and will be able to destroy this elephant instantly. Okay, so this stage is a bit more complicated. As you can see, I'm using Corette. Make sure you place one magician in front of Corette. Alright, so one mage in front of Corette. Then we have two warriors top, followed by a defender. And on the bottom, we have one defender front, followed by two warriors later on. You will see why. You want to get rid of both the teddy bear and the unicorn at the same time. And this chunky cat will basically, you need warriors to deal with the chunky cat, right? The elephant in front will only die to a mage. So therefore, this is why I arranged it according to this order. So most of these are all fodders, alright? With the exception of Corette, you need the cross style to kill a chunky cat. Or the skinny cat rather. Alright, so at this point the unicorn will be hitting the defender on top, right? So yeah, don't worry if your bottom lane, you know, all the units die, the unicorn will move to top lane afterwards. Okay, so now we are at chapter 1 outskirts 1-2. This one is relatively easy. There's two clouds. The clouds is the equivalent of the unicorn and the teddy bear, but when this cloud will receive direct damage when the cloud hits a mage. So put a magician in front. Alright, you want to put like a warrior behind the mage preferably, so that this warrior will be targeting the cat. Alright, you need a warrior to kill a cat. So one for the warrior at the back, one for the magician in front. And you should be good to go. Okay, so next up, chapter 1 outskirts 1-3. You need a defender in front, alright, a defender, and you need a magician that can hit back in a cross tile or a 3x3 tile, alright, whichever that you prefer. You can use Zarka, which is what I opt to. If you don't have Zarka, Charlotte will work. Whatever character that hits back in a cross tile or in a 3x3 tile. Alright, you want to hit all 3 elephants at once, and you want to protect your Zarka because those elephants will be able to kill you. So place someone behind Zarka. It can be a supporter, alright, or can be anyone. Alright, change your turn order. Make sure Zarka is the first one to go, defender second, and yeah, you're good to go. Okay, next up we are fighting the boss at the outskirts. Okay, so this boss, the hard-working mech, I think it's called. Okay, the important note here is you want to hit the boss 8 times, alright? The combination of 8 times. If you don't have Christina or anyone else, make sure you hit the boss 8 times. So what I'm doing is I'm using Christina to hit 5 times, and I'm using Dr. Morgan later to hit 3 more times. So 5 plus 3, 8 times. Every time you hit the boss 8 times, the boss will basically reset its skill and will not attack you. Okay, so that is the key note right here. And Floria and Julie is crucial because the HP is going to help you a lot. Alright, so the boss deals damage every time a round ends. Alright, you're going to see afterwards. So can you see you receive a bit of ultimate strike damage? So Floria and Julie is to negate that. Alright, in this case, Christina and Dr. Morgan, in here I slow it down and you can see the damage that the boss will deal to you. The boss deals about, boom, about 3,500 damage to all your character every round. So that is why you need Floria to out-heal the damage and Julie to help with the healing as well. Alright, so I'm using Lyudmila for damage, of course. So ideally you want to deal damage as well to the boss because the boss has very high HP, I think about 22 million, which is crazy. Alright, please remember to not bring BDMN. I made that mistake. BDMN cannot receive buffs from Flora and Julie, and therefore I failed. Alright, so you have to bring someone that can receive buff, which is Dr. Morgan, or if you don't have, if Nia will work, Wilhelmina will work. Plenty of characters, multi-hit 8 times. Okay, so next up, chapter 1, 1-4. Alright, 1 teddy bear in front, 1 unicorn at the back. So just place 2 warriors, 2 fodder warriors in front, so that the teddy bear will die from a single hit, and 1 defender all the way at the back. I placed that pirate, bulky pirate guy. Alright, so unicorn will kill the 2 warriors and hit your bulky pirate later on. Okay, so the next one, this is a bit difficult, alright, because there's this cute little cat that, you know, cannot receive any damage for 8 turns. So it gets really complicated. It took me quite a while to figure this out, but thanks to chat, I was able to figure this out in the end together. The idea is simple. You want 2 mages, 2 warriors, alright, in the middle lane. Can you see 2 mages at the back, 2 warriors in front? You want 1 defender in the top lane. Alright, this cat has this guard shield that cannot receive any damage for 8 turns. So the idea, the trouble here is to how to get rid of the cat. So ideally you want to delay the cat, and the cat applies concentrated fire as well. So this is the best way to do this, so that first warrior dies. Okay, so the defender will go in, all the unicorn will end up hitting the top later on. So the cat applies concentrated fire right there. So now you have this warrior dies. Okay, so now here's the thing, the unicorn is gonna kill this guy, right? Unicorn kills anyone that's not defender. So now you have 2 magician. Okay, so one thing to note is I have 1 magician is Pierre, the one that hits far back. So the first magician, okay, now we have concentrated fire applied. First magician hits the cat. Make sure this is a magician that can hit the back. Alright, and then at this point this defender will solo everything. Alright, your middle lane will die, but it's okay, you still have the defender on top. So remember, 2 magician, make sure you let the magician that attacks back first move first. Alright, Pierre is the best one because Pierre hits the most back, far back in a cross tile. Okay, so next up, chapter 1, 1-6. Okay, so this one is not too difficult. As you can see, again we have 1 cute little elephant and 2 unicorns in front. So you need a magician that can hit far back. So in this case, I opt to use Jaden right here. Make sure you place a fodder at the back to protect against the elephant. Okay, so 1 defender in front, 1 magician in the middle, and someone at the back, just to take the hit from the elephant. Alright, chapter 1, 1-7, this is super easy. One mage in front that hits in a X tile or in a 3x3, whichever you prefer. I'm using Cynthia, and some fodder at the back to defend against the first hit from the elephant. Okay, so next up, chapter 1, 1-8. Bunch of clouds. Okay, there is that moon in the middle, right? So that moon has 300% defense boost, and you need fixed damage to deal with the moon. So fortunately, that moon is a defender, so therefore we can use Beatrice to take care of that guy. So just one mage and one Beatrice will do. So I'm going to use Jaden, and yeah, Beatrice is a must. Alright, make sure you guys use Beatrice. Fixed damage is a must right here. Okay, so next up, chapter 1, Outskirts 3-1. So you just need one magician, it suffice, okay? But this magician needs to hit front, and it needs to hit in either a 3x3 tile or a cross tile, so that it can hit all the elephant. So we are going to use Marlin. She is the best budget friendly magician right here, okay? So going into Outskirts 3-2 chapter 1, this is going to get really tricky. There's this new supporter which gives buffs where it heals everyone to full when you don't like try to one-shot them immediately. So we will have to try this, unfortunately, because of the turn order of the teddy bear and the unicorns is like alternately. So therefore it's quite hard to one-shot all of them, right? Try to pay attention to the units that I use. So in the top lane, okay, so we have 3 warriors. Middle lane we have 1 defender. At the bottom lane, notice we have 2 magicians in front, and then we have 2 warriors at the back and a Carlson. Carlson must be positioned at 5th. Alright, Carlson needs to taunt, and you will see why later on. So yeah, one thing to note that is the supporter will give the magician, the clouds, an immediate casting effect state, casting radius state. So therefore they can hit you for an insane amount. Alright, Carlson will die right there. And from this point onwards, let's see. That warrior dies. Okay. Defender kills everyone at the bottom. Okay, so now it's easier. With second try going in, now we can try and tackle all of them at once. Okay, so just place 1 defender on top, and then on the bottom, place 2 warriors, 1 skip tile, and 1 warrior and 1 defender at the end. So total of 3 warriors and 2 defenders. Alright, so these 2 warriors at the bottom will take care of the bear, the teddy bear. Boom. Okay, so now 1 unicorn will one-shot 1 defender, right? I mean 1 warrior. And now we are left with 2 warriors and 1 defender. Okay, so just make sure to place a defender at the end, and we are good. Actually, you don't really need a defender right there, actually. Now that I think of it, because there's a defender on top, right? They are going to move to top anyways when the bottom lane is empty. But yeah, it's just mostly fodders, it's fine. Okay, next up, chapter 1, 1-9. So I decided to bring back my Jaden using a 3-star, what do you call that, scroll, right? Because I have plenty of those. So you can use any magician at the bottom. It doesn't have to be Jaden. Feel free to use anyone. The reason why I brought in Jaden is because the fodders, you can't really reset them. Whereas for 3-star mercenaries, you have scrolls anyways. So 1 magician at the bottom and 1 warrior on top. Alright, so next up, chapter 1, 1-10. Okay, so you can see there's 3 chunky cats, skinny cat, whatever you want to call this. So we're going to place 1 supporter in front, or any fodder, basically, and 1 Siska at the back. So whoever that you place at the back has to be a warrior. Alright, Siska is going to try to make the process faster right here. Okay, so now let's move into the outskirts of the higher parts, the top part that we missed just now. Outskirts 2-1, chapter 1 still. Now this stage is a little bit tricky to try to first try this. It took me quite a while to figure out. Alright, a lot of players was advising me to maybe try this. But you know what? I decided to try my own tactic and it actually works out in the end anyways. So the moon, like I mentioned again, this moon has 300% defense. You need Beatrice to one-shot the moon. Alright, and you want Corette to go in and hit those chunky cats. And you might potentially need 2 mages. Alright, Bruno is a good candidate right here. So the formation took me like, I don't know, 30 minutes to figure out. Okay, so remember Bruno has to be first, Beatrice at the bottom. At second, we have Ron for taunt. At position 9, all the way at the bottom lane front. Alright, Corette, very important, Corette and Noelle. Very important right there. And the rest are just fodders. Alright, 1 defender in the middle, 2 warrior on top, 1 supporter at the back. So here's what's gonna happen. So Beatrice one-shots the moon after the taunt. Now enemy teddy bear dies, right? And then we're gonna go in with our Corette, kill 3 of the cats. So now teddy bear at the bottom dies because we have 2 warrior at the bottom again. Okay, so now our warrior are gonna start dying to that elephant at the back because of the reflective counter. The elephant has insane amount of reflective counter. So chunky cat will stun the, cook right there. Doesn't matter. So round 2 goes in. So I forgot this part about Ron taunt. Alright, you will die when you hit the elephant. So elephant hits that fodder supporter at the back. Bruno kills 3 elephant. Bam! And then now we have the elephant kills Beatrice. Okay, so we're gonna have our Corette kill the cat. And this unicorn dies and Noelle is gonna hit the elephant at the back. You need a mage to kill the elephant. Alright, that's how you want to try this one. Okay, so outskirts 2-2. 1 warrior on top, 1 defender mid. Okay, so outskirts 2-3. This one is relatively easy. As you can see, there are 3 unicorns, there are 2 teddy bears. So the best way is to use 3 warriors, alright, and 1 defender in the middle, such as the following. Position them in that way and you should be fine. Okay, so next up, outskirts 2-4. So we have defenders, unicorns and teddy bears again. So place 1 defender on top, 1 warrior in the middle, and you are good to go. Okay, so with that being said, we are now almost done with all the chapter 1 stages, with the exception of this last stage. Now unfortunately, I don't think I can showcase this in this video because apparently you will need Floria to try to deal with this guy. He deals insane amount of damage, alright, counter attacks, and this is the one that, deals defense ignoring additional damage to the enemy. So I might potentially need to use something like Floria to try to increase my HP. I'm gonna try and see how it goes. But yeah, I think right now we're gonna end the video because it's getting really long, and I will post chapter 2 when the time comes. But for now, I think by doing all of these stages showed in this video, you should be able to at least purchase your Narua. Either Narua, or if you want to, you can buy Galenia. And I still have 4,500 ancient coins spare. That's enough for me to buy 1 companion even. I'm going to buy the Vogue. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the format of this Gate of Chaos guide. If you guys would prefer me to change it up a bit, let me know if it's too long or too short for you guys. Any feedbacks would be appreciated. Leave it in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a like. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.